Right. Got Kenny in the house tonight. Welcome to your support group podcast, your number one podcast that supports you in all things that you love to do. Hey, before we begin,
Yes, so indeed, before we begin, just want to apologize. Everything is a little bit behind as far as the days go. We had a computer error. Then I got a cold. Nursing that. But other than that, I know some things may seem out of date. Yes, we do know that TikTok is back up and running and blah, 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 bangity bang. Now, watch the episode. Thank you.
I'll pull the mic real close because I know some of you are really sad about that. TikTok got banned. Can't do none of your crazy dances no more. They can't rob creators for their money no more. It's sad. It's sad. Some of you can't watch your ignorant stuff that you've been watching for so very long, back when it was Musically. It's a sad day. Sad day in America. TikTok has been officially banned. Damn.
Yes. We got to play some taps for TikTok.
Yep. I'm Kenny, as always. And this is Q. Hello, Q. I see the weather in Florida has changed. You are in a tank top now and not in a winter coat. What has happened? Y'all jumped up to 70 degrees?
Yeah, it's about 70. Yeah. It's about 70.
Florida is a new North Carolina. You don't know if you need to wear a winter coat or you need to wear a tank top. Psych. No, Florida is hot. They just had some unseasonably cold weather.
Yeah. It'll be over by the end of January because February is just like, that's the beginning of monsoon season. So,
yeah. And that's the other thing about Florida that I admire so much. Like, how can it rain, sun come out, rain, then sun come out? Like, the sun will always come out in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you learn why it's called the Sunshine State, because the sun don't play here.
No. But on a weirder note, everybody thought it was just going to be TikTok banned. But it's more than TikTok that got banned. TikTok, their company, ByteDance, all their apps got banned. So you got TikTok, TikTok Studio, TikTok Shop, TikTok Lite, and then CapCut, which a lot of y'all use out there for editing. I don't, because I like to do my thing. But CapCut banned. Another app that was supposed to be in competition with Instagram got killed. Eliminate, another app, Goth, Hypic, Lard. It's a bunch of them that got killed off in the middle of the night. I mean, the only one I really feel bad about that got killed was CapCut. Yeah, because I know that helps a lot of people in their process of editing, a lot of novice editing and some advanced editing. But it helps out. It speeds up the process. And I hate when things that, help get hindered. Yeah.
Things that are efficient are removed because of some silly little, they think they're spying on us. Okay. Isn't that what governments do? Not that I'm okay with it, but it's like, that ain't nothing new. They've been doing that since governments were formed.
Well, we actually do it, but it's not like it's not us too, we do it too. So let's not front. But was TikTok good for the Black community? That's still up in the air, because most of the things that they serve to you or push to you was ignorance. It was. I can front all I want to, but you take the more positive stuff and you try to, watch it, and all of a sudden you can't find it no more, don't get a push. And then you look at, you're not real. He's not real. And it gets millions and millions of views. And all it was her having an argument with some Black dude, basically at the end of the day, saying that he's not real, as in not an alien, but real. But the way she was freaking out made us feel like maybe there was something on that plane. I'm just saying. So, you take stuff like that and all the other basically borderline porn stuff that they had on there. And they had some really good stuff, like you got the white lady that you think can't dance, and all of a sudden she's doing all the hip hop dances and stuff like that. That stuff I miss, but all the rest of that, I don't even miss the stuff that I posted on there. I'm like, it's gone. Erase app. No need to keep the app on my phone. Erase app. Yeah. So I know you got some mixed feelings about it as well, because they owe you some money, but hey, you ain't got to worry about them paying you now.
I need my coins.
I
need my coins, damn it.
That ain't about to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry. We don't know you. We don't know you. No. We went back to home country. We don't know you.
Look.
Sorry.
I rarely go on the TikTok. Like I said on the last episode, when it started getting a little too toxic, I just kind of I pop on there every once in a while just to see what's going on. Or if somebody send me a video to go look at. But I ain't nearly as active on there as I was back in 2020, when the pandemic hit and everybody turned to TikTok, and that's what really made TikTok pop off was the pandemic, because everybody was on there.
Yeah. I mean, it made a lot of things pop. I mean, it made some YouTubers who make junk content really pop, because they was doing it during the pandemic. It wasn't, nothing else to do. If we would have probably started during the pandemic, we would probably have been popping, but we didn't. We missed that cue.
We missed it. We missed the moment.
But hey, I was out here hunting a dollar. The thing is, it goes along with today's topic. And today's topic is, I wrote it down, forgot it, don't know why. Brain is getting old. Today's topic is the unbelievable dumb stuff people say. Yeah. So a lot of people didn't believe when Trump was calling for a ban for TikTok and other, let's just say, straight up Chinese apps. But I guess believe it now. Another unbelievable thing, that the Washington Redskins would beat the Detroit Lions. Oh, wow. Somebody told me that. Something? I said, that's BS. The Lions is going to tear them apart. The Lions is the team to fear.
That was unbelievable.
I looked at the scores last night. And I was like, wow, that happened. So some stuff you can believe. I mean, it may sound far-fetched. Some stuff you can believe. The thing where he's going to buy Greenland or Canada or Panama. Well, this is my issue, because we know how the U.S. deals with territories or countries that we don't know whether we should make them statehood or principality, or I'm talking about Puerto Rico. So are we going to, if he does buy Greenland, which Greenland doesn't want to be bought, they just want their rights from Denmark. They don't want to be bought. If he does buy Greenland, are we going to treat it like Puerto Rico? Oh, we can fly there for free, but a disaster happened. Well, I mean, that's not a state, so we just going to throw around some toilet tissue and give them a couple of bottles of water and be done with it.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants Greenland? I'm not, and I'm sorry if you're a Greenlander and you're watching this. I'm sorry, I'm not dissing you. But it's cold as shit.
Right. It's actually like when I was in the military, they used to tell us if you ever have to get orders and they ask you to pick between Iceland and Greenland, pick Iceland over Greenland, because at least Iceland has more stuff there, because Greenland is just cold. The ground is hard. I mean, this was back in the day, so I don't know if y'all might have got more greenery there by now. I just don't know. I haven't been there. But I don't like cold, so anything above North Carolina is just not my cup of tea anyway. So damn well I ain't going to neither one of them, not Iceland nor Greenland.
Yeah, no. It doesn't make any sense to me, except for as a strategic standpoint. defend off invaders. I mean, most of our missile silos and things like that to fend off invaders are already here in the U.S. Why do we need to spend more money to build more stuff for war? I mean, the biggest thing that he's talking about is war in Ukraine, war, and it's the biggest thing that he ran on because so-called Biden caused these things. So why do you want Greenland or Canada or Panama to be a strategic standpoint? You want to be able to control the Panama Canal? It just don't make any sense, So that's. Now, I'm not saying that maybe something is worked out to where it becomes a U.S. territory or something like that, but I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it happening. I think it's a bunch of BS. I call BS on that one.
I mean, a lot of things sound good in theory. Sometimes people just, like we say, talk out of the side of their neck. Who says Greenland is going to want to be purchased? Who says you're going to go down there and take over the Panama Canal? All of these things take money. They take time. They take effort. They take negotiation.
Not to mention, you got to finish building your wall. But go ahead.
Right. We still got the issue of the wall you said you was trying to build, and you had all the people donate to, and the wall never got built. Then you told Mexico they was going to build a wall, and every Mexican president told you to kiss their backside. Besate culo. You know what I'm saying? It's like it didn't happen. So it's like, this will be a fun little 4 years, this little roller coaster ride we're about to take. And I'm not, like I said before, I'm just going to mind my own Black girl business. Don't come complaining to me about nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear. I'm just going to be like, it is what it is. I'm just here for the roller coaster ride. I bought my ticket.
We tried to told you, but you didn't listen. You thought he was the best candidate possible. Yeah. I mean,
I'm here for the ride.
I call BS on a lot of stuff that he says. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not too much worried about him.
That's one thing I will say. He is, if not anything, he is mostly entertaining in a riot.
Very.
I do get some kicks out of it. So
yeah. I pay attention to all of it. I read little stories here and there just to, stay abreast. I don't watch the mainstream news, but I do got a couple of YouTubers that I do watch. Shout out to them. I'm not putting their name out there because they never put my name out there. So, but shout out to them. But yeah, I watch both sides, and I just got a brief understanding that there's a lot of things people believe that a president or a governor or a mayor can do, and they just can't, and they tell you they can do this stuff, but they probably do 20%.
Right.
20% at most. So
right.
yeah. Okay.
Because that's the way it's set up. It's set up that if they don't have the Congress and the Senate in their back pocket, and those two groups don't work together, they're the ones making and passing all the freaking laws. They're the ones voting on the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just a crazy situation. Because half of his congressional members don't agree with majority of the stuff that he's saying now. It's like, what just happened? Is it a split? Is it going to be another party?
Right. Like I said, that's your baby, and once it's come out the wahoo, you can't do nothing but take care of it now. You got to deal with it. You got to buy the Pampers. You got to get the formula. You got to burp it. You got to bathe it. You got to wipe its stank ass. You got to do all those things.
Early in the morning.
But like I said, I'm minding my business.
Yeah. Yeah, same way with me. I'm gonna try to stay, because I mean, by the time this episode comes out, the inauguration is gonna all be over with. So, yeah. From here on, I'm pretty much gonna go radio silent on the topic of him, unless he does something really stupid or something I really just don't agree with, because he gets enough press as it is. and he makes up stuff in those commercials, and I'm just looking at them commercials like, really? Like, really? Like, we're still getting ads about you like you're going to get another 4 years. No. So enjoy your 4, and I'll see y'all on the other side. All you who think and believe that he's so great. Another thing about people is when, and we've talked about this before, but I love talking about this because this gets Q riled up. When people owe you money and say they're going to pay you back.
Lord.
I'm just going to let Q go in right now.
Look, they be like, let me hold this money. They come hunting you down for the money now. If you say, okay, well, I got to do X, Y, and Z, but I got this small window of opportunity. And they be like, oh, no. Well, I can come and meet you. Da. They be 10 toes standing on business when it's time to get them coins. I'm going to pay you back on the 15th. You know, that's when I get paid. When I get
Unbelievable
paid,
dumb stuff, people say.
And then the 15th come and it's quiet. Your phone ain't ring. Your doorbell ain't ring. You don't hear nothing from them. The 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th. As a matter of fact, they done just ghosted you like you don't even exist no more. And then all of a sudden, like one day, just pop up out of the blue and just start talking to you like they don't owe you money. And you sitting there like, and then they just proceed to continue on with life until they need more money. Then you say, well, you know, just take it out the 200 you owe me. And they be like, money I owed you. Yeah, you remember on X and Y date you borrowed such and such money and you said on 15th, and it's been 2 months ago and you ain't paid me, so you ain't gonna get no more money out of me. Not today, not tomorrow.
Not today, not tomorrow.
Take it out the 200 you owe me. How about that? You got money. Yeah, I got money for me and my family.
And that is the unbelievable dumb stuff people say. Let me borrow some money. I know you got some money. How you know?
Yeah.
You must be part of the bank that I bank at. How do you know? You must be my wife. And know what's in my bank account. How do you know I got some money? I know what you are. You're a routing number. So you seen. How do you know I got some money? People always want to assume because they see you doing well, looking good, smelling good, feeling good, happy. They always want to assume that you have something more than them. I don't get it. I don't know why. But they say, this is the thing that, and it is some of the most unbelievable dumb stuff that I've heard. Kenny, you got it. You just cheap. I got it. I'm just cheap. Yeah, I'm cheap. I stay within budget.
All right.
If that calls me cheap, then that's fine. Then I'll be cheap. But I stay within budget. I don't go outside of my means. I don't go outside of what I have in my account. I'm not going to be paying 3 times more than what I bring in for anything. I am a frugal shopper. I will wait for a long time to pull the trigger on something after I don't cross-shopped it about 80 times. So when people say that, I say, maybe. But when it comes to borrowing money, it's just something like I just really can't do. It's hard for me to let somebody borrow money. Because just like you said, people say, oh, I'm going to pay you back on such and such. I got somebody owing me right now that I haven't seen in 7 years. Serious. Haven't seen the mug in 7 years. Haven't heard from him, no nothing. And he don't care.
That's the thing too right there. Sometimes if you got to give them just that little bit of money to just let them go on about their business, because you know you ain't going to see them again. Some of them, they'll just take your money and just up and disappear. Okay, well, if that's all it took to get rid of you, because if that's the kind of person you want to be, I don't need you in my circle of influence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Here you go. Take
Yeah,
it.
a friend of mine, because I'm in a little crypto group.
Hmm.
And we talk, we share information and everything like that. But a friend of mine brought up a great point. You know, he said, if any of these coins hit to where I'm a millionaire, multi-millionaire,
Hmm.
he said, I'm not going to buy houses. I'm not going to buy cars. He said, this goes for his kids, his family members, everything. He said, he's not buying none of that. He said, he's going to give them money.
Hmm.
He's going to give them a chunk of money
Hmm.
and see what happens from there. If they don't come around, they don't visit, they don't talk, you know, right then and there, that's money just for you to go F off. He said, yeah, just give them the money and just let them just go. Because
Hmm.
if they disappear, then they good, right? And that's the way you got to feel with borrowing, with letting somebody borrow money. It got to be an amount that you say to yourself, I can afford to lose that.
Right.
You know, I can afford to lose $20.
Hmm.
I'll let somebody borrow $20.
Hmm.
I can afford to let somebody borrow 10. But when you start asking for hundreds,
Hmm.
I start
Yeah.
scratching my chin, looking around, and like, let me see what I got in my account.
Yeah.
And I
It
look at
just
my
depends
account.
on who it is. Everybody can't get that kind of money from me. Like, it got to be somebody tried, true, and trusted. Like, if I'm going to to give you them type of coins, I'm okay with giving my mom that kind of money and just saying, "Don't worry about it," or my brother, "Don't worry about it. If you want to pay it back to me, fine. If you don't, whatever." But some people be like, "Oh, let me get 300." Nah. First of all, what you need $300 for? Because if you walking around in shoes nicer than what I've ever worn, and you looking this, that, and the third, like you always spending your money on these things, and I'm over here budgeting, trying to, shop, get stuff off Amazon, and just stuff something cute to wear. But you doing the most. You got to have designer this, designer that. First of all, let's get you in the money management class because you obviously don't know how to manage your
Budget.
money.
Right. Right.
Because a lot of
Yeah.
people will have you feel like they don't make enough, but it's like, okay, you might not make the money that you want, but still you have to live within the means that you have. So if you know you can only afford to have a $600 apartment, okay, then live in a $600 apartment, or get you a roommate and then maybe live in a $1,200 apartment. The other person pay the other half. You don't like. I just see people do just like really weird things, and I just be like, you sure that's the best decision? Like, I've even done that dumb shit, like live in a fancy apartment, like right down the street from Wake Forest. Ain't even had that kind of money to live there. And then wind up having to like, what the hell did I think I was doing? Like, ooh, this is cute. This is real fancy.
I mean, you can't. We was all young and dumb at one point. That's the way I put it. We was all young and dumb at one point. I was buying shoes every pay period. This was when I was younger. I was buying shoes and weed every pay period. Then we go to the club, spend up all the money. Right? Going back and forth, driving around, going to the club, smoke up all the weed. The only thing I had to show for it come Monday was a brand new pair of shoes. Piss poor broke.
Right.
Barely skating by. Why? Because I was living way outside of my means. I ain't need that weed. Because I ain't really smoke like that. I ain't need those new shoes because I was basically, what I was doing was I wear a pair of shoes a couple times, they'll get scuffed or something like that. Then I wear them to work. And at the time I was doing construction, I was pouring concrete. So, once that concrete hit them, it's a wrap. So we talking about like brand new Air Maxes. And we talking about back then it was $120, $130 shoes just gone, But I had to go back to my roots of who I was. And that was a person that, took care, good steward up over their stuff. And I had to buckle down. So yeah, all of us was young and out here wild and making poor decisions, trying to live that high life, and be ritzy and say, ooh, look what I got.
Right.
But as you get older, you realize that shit don't matter. None of it does. You know, you wanna live in a safe place. You wanna, live roach free.
That part.
But at the same time, you can find other places that are affordable and within budget that aren't full of roaches.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want that beat up bucket. No.
Mm-hmm.
But if you shop around, especially look outside of North Carolina, you can find a vehicle that's affordable, that's not a bucket, that looks good. It's just something to get you back from point A to point B while you make a little bit of money, stack up your coins, and get what you actually want. But a lot of people don't understand that. We live in a microwave age where everything has to be instant and quick and happen right now.
Yeah.
And that takes me back to TikTok too. Because you see all these people, TikTok, all social media, all TikTok and social media messes with people's mind. You think all this stuff that these people that's in the higher echelon got, you think all that stuff was instant, but you don't know. That kid might have been back there dancing in the videos for like 8 years and only getting like 2-3 views. And then one video he did with the dance, it got him 1,000. And he figured out a way to keep those views going. And built up a following and a crowd and the funding. And then next thing you know, he got sponsors and different things like that. But you see him now, he's like 20 something and you're thinking like, oh, he just popped up out of nowhere. Nah, it's just your first time seeing him. But he's been working hard to get this thing going. And now you think instantly like, hold up, I could do that too. I can get those cars. I can get a house like that, right?
You're right.
No, not just starting out. Not just starting. So Q, you got any incredibly dumb stuff that people say?
Yeah, I mean, I've had people say dumb stuff to me about hair. Of course, being a black woman, you can't even black woman in peace. Like, so before I went natural, I think 2010 was the last time I had a relaxer. So I was going back and forth between wearing like hair pieces and actually having my hair out.
Right.
So I had like this sew-in and it was really pretty. The young lady did a great job on it. It was beautiful. And then, you wear it for a little while because I'm not one of those type of people that keep it in my head forever. I just wear it for a specified amount of time and then I take it out.
Yeah.
So then I had my natural afro out. And so this girl, she walks up to me and says, "What happened to your other hair? I like that hair so much better." And I was just like, first of all, get the fuck out of my face. Excuse my French, because number one, if you're not paying for my hair, if you're not doing my hair, why is it a concern of you what I'm doing with my hair?
Right.
And if you ain't black, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Don't tell me shit about my hair. Like, keep your fucking mouth closed because you don't have no space to tell me nothing about my other hair or what you doing with your hair. Like, put a button on your lip, zip your whole face up, go color, go sit down, go sign some permits, go save the whales, go do something else, go find something else to do with your assignment instead of telling a black woman about her hair, period.
I mean, in a sense, that don't even sound right. It don't even sound right. I'm not saying you got to walk around on eggshells. I mean, if y'all friends communicate in a different manner. But it's just for you to be like some random coworker, some random white coworker, come up to a black woman and be like, "I don't like your hair," or "I don't like this hair. What happened to your other hair?"
Yeah. Like, how you even thought that was cool?
We're not even cool like that. What you talking about?
Right.
Yeah. I can't relate because I'm bald. But there was a time in my life where I had long braids and, people always would say things like, you can't get a job like that. And, you should cut your hair and you should do this and you should do that. First job I had was in construction. Nobody paid no attention to nobody's hair. Nobody didn't care. Nobody didn't care about nobody's hair. They cared about more or less, can you do the job? But people, always want to have something to say about somebody's hair. The incredibly dumb stuff that Black people in general have to deal with when it comes to hair.
Yes, it's annoying.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's just like don't talk to me. I'm just gonna say, like, if you see somebody with a different hairstyle, if you like the hairstyle, you can just say, I like your hair, and you can keep it moving. You don't have to get all into the details about, is that your hair? How did it grow so, like, come on, don't do that. Like, what you doing? Like, it's not really what you doing?
What is
That'd be
that?
the part that be killing me. Is like,
Yeah, like it's a crazy world. Okay, Black women in general, when it comes to y'all hair, the hardest thing y'all can do is to stop using that cream crack, the creamy crack. It's earth shattering. I mean, basically anything dealing with y'all mane, your hair, is earth shattering. You have to stand on your decisions. And when a woman decides to go natural, and the natural hairstyles don't match the critique of the world or anything like that, then it's a problem. It's gotten lighter throughout the years, but I remember when women first started going natural, like dudes would be like what the Black dudes would be like, what the hell is wrong with her hair? Or what?
Right.
Why her hair like that? Like Black women couldn't even have dreads at one point. Like they was looking at them like, oh man, she into that natural stuff, man. How you know? How you know?
Well, go ahead.
It's just crazy, to look at or think like that because of somebody's hair. But that's the way the thoughts were. And that's the way they still are in some circles.
I had Black men would say, you should go get your hair relaxed. Like, it's time for you to get your hair done. And I would say, like one guy said, why you got your hair all out like that? I'm like, my brother, this is how our hair looks, my brother. Like, you don't get it because you're so used to a certain image that we have to, a conformity, like we have to conform to look a certain way. And you're used to it. So now you're trying to push that image off on me. And I'm trying to tell you, I don't want that image no more. I just want to be who God created me to be. I just want to have the hair that grows from my scalp and let that be okay. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Nothing.
With integration comes assimilation. And in many ways, Black people assimilated to the white image. The creamy crack was one of those things.
Right.
It made your hair look more like theirs. Flat, no curls, no nothing, no rhythm, no soul. Made your hair look basically soulless. And some people can't do the creamy crack.
Right.
For whatever reason. Maybe allergic to it. Hair may be too gentle, too kind. And it caused a lot of issues throughout the years. I mean, they probably finding out that it caused cancer in the brain or something like that. Who knows? But it isn't natural to us, and as Black people, we should be supporting the natural look. But for some odd reason, because our brain is wired to this assimilation thought, creamy crack stays popular. Or some of that yaki or human.
The yaki. I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Put the yaki in it. Yeah. Yeah, that weaving glue. Just weaving glue. Ooh, baby. Just weaving glue. Just us two. But yeah, like my whole household is natural. Like I don't do that. I don't do that. And yes, everybody shaves their underarms. Like I don't know why that's a whole thing. Like you don't shave your legs or underarms if you're natural. Like no, stop that shit. Like stop it. Like my wife might grow more hair on her legs than I do, but still, she shaved that.
Look, however you prefer to defuzz or not defuzz, it's your business. Hmm, hmm. What's over here, Ouija Falls? Ouija Falls.
Look, it's the wintertime. Hey, nobody's looking. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the wintertime. Nobody's looking. Nobody cares if you look like Teen Wolf. Nobody cares. It's the wintertime. Yep. I'm hairless, so like I said, I have no fight. I don't have hair on my legs. I don't have hair on my head. So, and I barely got like 4 strands on my arm. When I was a kid, they thought I was a girl. Anyway, and people still ask me too, like, do you shave your legs? No, I just don't grow hair.
Some people are like that. Some
Yeah.
people just don't. Some people are super hairy, and then some people are just not hairy at all. You know, it's just how we're genetically coded, you know?
That means I'm more tropical than y'all.
There you go.
That's all that means. Because cold-bearing people need more hair. Just like it's all genetics. I mean, it's, you know, animals that grow fur because of the cold. Y'all grow fur because of how your genetics is set up. So if you got more white in you than black, you're going to grow more hair. Oh, yeah, I didn't like that part, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, lastly, did you see that they're calling for the governor of California to resign? Like, it's starting to like pick up a little bit of steam.
But what did he cause the fire? Did he go and set everybody's house on fire?
That's the same thing that I'm trying to figure out. Like, what the hell did he do? Did he cause the water to run out at the fire? Did he go with an actual wrench and turn the water off? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, why during a natural disaster, y'all start eyeballing the governor or mayor or senators of that town or city or state? Why? It don't make any sense.
Somebody to blame. They want somebody to blame. And it's just like sometimes, you know, natural disasters are just what they are. Are we going to make the governor of Florida to resign because the hurricanes come and tear up Florida? Or Louisiana or Mississippi, Alabama, the Carolinas, Georgia? Are we going to make people up north, governors, get fired because the snow comes and tears up all the power lines? It's like we just be losing our minds a lot of times. I don't get it. It's like, what? That man didn't cause some fires. Now, I will say this, that we as a whole, humanity, need to start looking at ways to make things a little bit more like, I saw something, I guess, in one of the Asian countries where I guess they have a problem with fires, that they have automatic sprinklers that just shoot out with this senses like a fire in the area. I don't know if that's something that we could implement in California or like drier areas to the west.
Right.
There's even places here in Florida where people have hurricane-proof houses, like they're built like a dome and they're made out of different material. I don't know if we could start looking at doing stuff like that. You know, it's like stuff that we could start doing to be more proactive.
Yeah. I seen a video where like it was houses burnt down around this one house, but this designer or whatever built this house specifically for fires, and the house is standing. I mean, you can go Google search this one or whatever, but he specifically built this house to be flame and fire retardant, and it's the only house still standing. Had a whole van, SUV, or whatever it is, because I couldn't tell what kind of vehicle it was. That's how bad it was burnt. Burnt so badly that the aluminum in the vehicle started coursing out to the street. Like you could see it. Like, what's that shiny stuff? That's aluminum melting. That's how hot that fire is. And do you not know how high that temperature has to be? Like almost 900 plus degrees in order for aluminum to start melting. In this house, not a scratch, not a burn. Only thing got burnt was the concrete fence on the outside. Got a little bit of stain to it. But the house is still standing, not a part of it. So yes, in those areas in which things like this can happen, you have to look. I mean, they've worked on building houses that are, more sustainable for earthquakes in California. Start looking at, in these more dry climates, start looking at houses that are more flame retardant. I'm sorry, them things that was built like in 1950 something just ain't gonna hold. Only time they hold or work like that is when it's a hurricane area. Because I've seen some houses like, dang, this house been around since when? And it's not a scratch on it. And it's don't been like, how many hurricanes come through here? So, I mean, some of it works for different natural disasters. But yeah, I'm with you. It should be some sensors or some sprayers or something about there that can sense those type of issues with forest fires and different things like that. I mean, my heart still goes out to them because it's been so many people lost their homes, their businesses, and even their loved ones. So it's just a whole lot. So, and the last thing you need to do is be worried about a governor.
Right, exactly.
And with that said, if nobody told you today that they love you, we do. As always, don't forget to check out our website, www.ysgpodcast.com. We got links, blogs, everything you need to keep up to date with us. And we'll see you next week. Hey. Go Q. Go Q. Go Q. Go Q. Yes, support.